right, nice coat, white coke. How you live with that smoke? Hop in, jog in. I'm just kidding, I'm broke. Sit a lot, I've been waiting for the day I don't get my pay. Check will make me happy instead of me getting laid. Never done in the middle with a gun. Put a hole in his chest, put a torso don't fall right. In the sun, but until the desert does, we don't have no fun till we chillin' at my graveside. I'll be wishing I'm dead. I've been missing my friends, get me out of my head. All the letters I sent, got me wishing I'm dead. I've been wishing I'm dead. I've been missing my friends, get me out of my head. All the letters I sent, got me wishing I'm dead.
Hello. Wait, hold on. Forgot to turn on the game. Sue me. It's okay. Oh my goodness. I tried to create the walkout. I tried to create it with a few different random people, and it was kind of funny. Let's see who's here. God. King Sexy. Ugh. Bacon's here. Gil, you're not blocked. Although I'm about to block you because you're really annoying. I'm going to tell you. Gil, okay, seriously. What are you trying to prove here? First of all, I doubt you're even doing this. You're saying that I'm following Paul Gabriel's footsteps. You literally are doing what Paul did. You're bragging about shorting Nvidia. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Man, you're like, you're ridiculous. You're spamming of comments on everyone's channels. You're like a psycho, dude. To prove no point, nobody cares. So you're about to get blocked by pretty much everyone if you keep this up. And then why don't you go debate? Strongman will debate you. Fabio said he'd debate you. Why don't you go debate them? You're going to be a keyboard warrior, aren't you? You're just going to keep commenting and not showing your face. So that's all I have to say for you, basically. Like, dude, like betting against the greatest company in the world right now before earnings, what does that make you? You're just a gambler. If you even are doing it, which I doubt you are, but you need to stop. You're like, you look ridiculous with this whole psychotic episode you're having recently. Like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, but take your meds or some shit. Oh, you're missing the whole point, Gil. Like, I make targeted option investments. I'm not an options trader. Let's get that. The fact that you would even call someone an options trader doesn't make you look good. All right. I make targeted investments that include buying options and sometimes buying stocks. Your whole idea of an options trader is troubling to start with. Secondly, no, I'm not impressed if you make money on this because you're basically just being a Wall Street bet guy. And the next time you make one of these bets, it'll probably go the other way. And you're going to end up like these people I see in Wall Street bets that either lose all their money or 7 years of doing that shit, they're only up like 2% while the market's up 50%. Like, it's so pointless what you're trying to do. What me and Fabio do is very, very, very small speculation. I mean, I can't even tell you how small it is. It's of my total net worth. It's not even 2%. It's probably like 1%. So again, you're trying to prove a point with another point that's irrelevant. So like, just cut the shit, dude. Like, you're embarrassing yourself. I don't know why you got so butthurt about something. On the Ryu Rabble, we just bust balls. All right. You literally freaked out about it was basically a joke. I made a joke. Ryu Rabble is jokes. You're the guy. You're literally the guy that would complain about a comedian's joke and be offended about it. That's what you're doing right now. Like, you're literally the guy that's like want to fight Joe Rogan over a comment he made. Like it's what you're doing. So we're gonna move on. Oh, Bacon. I should invite Bacon. Hold on. Wait, is Bacon here? Do you want to come on? I don't have a ton to talk about. I'm struggling through today. It's been a long day. I've been at kid stuff all day, combined with work. I have 2 damn projects. All right, I'll send this to Bacon if he wants to come on. I freaking have 2 projects going at work that I'm in charge of, and it kind of annoyed me because there's no lead. Like they made me the lead, but all the other people on the group are the same grade as me. So they can say I'm the lead, but I'm really I'm the same level supervisor as the other people. So I'm not going to make decisions and cop out for these managers. There's Bacon.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
How's it going?
Going all right yourself, good sir.
I was trying to figure out, I'm like, I have to do it tonight if I'm going to do an episode this week because I'm like, sports season is killing me right now. So I don't know if this might be the last live for a while. I've got like the kids' spring sports season from now until like the 3rd week of June is like psychotic. It's like 6 days a week basically for the 2 of them. So that's a little much. Well, like last week, you notice we had the pump of everyone excited about GameStop.
Yeah.
That's 70 viewers, which I'm not surprised. Like GameStop came, so all of a sudden everyone's super excited about investing. Everyone wants to be an investor. Let me pull up that tab.
All right. I mistimed my own attempt at gaming the algo, but it's all good.
All right, here it is. I have so many tabs open. I should be more organized. I get home at like 8 o'clock and I've got like an hour to put stuff together. So
I think I've noticed a trend amongst everybody who shares their screen ever, and that's a lot of tabs.
I've tried to create like sometimes I'll go and create like PDFs of graphics. It's just nope, who cares? I don't have time. I try. So I guess really all we have to say about it, because now it's happened since the last week. I'm like, all I can keep thinking in my head is that sequels aren't as good as the original. So it didn't. They're going to tell you it's not over, which, GameStop at the original run, there was like that weird in between, and then it did rip a second time, and then AMC ripped out of the blue again. So maybe it's not over, but it's funny though, because the companies were ready to issue stock this time, which obviously they were. How could they have been ready to do that, to take advantage of investors? Like if AMC hadn't issued shares immediately, that thing would have ripped probably double what it did rip originally last week, I bet. But they diluted the hell out of everyone right away. And then GameStop was shortly after, diluted the hell out of you. So any sort of run, the companies just took advantage of retail and just took all your money, and just, maybe a sliver of people made some gain on this. Like your gain, you would have had to see the first tweet from Keith Gill and immediately have bought the stock. You had pretty much no time to figure out what the hell was going on. So you had a few hours, and if you didn't take advantage of it, then you probably, good chance you lost money, I guess. So
yeah,
I don't think anyone were aware of. I don't think anyone did. This just hit so fast and it's just gone. And it's just like,
because like didn't the original like GameStop and AMC run like last a little bit longer with like random bits of upside
it
volatility?
lasted, dude. That originally lasted like a month.
Yeah, because
I might be giving a little long, but it was a month. It was like mid-January, I think, till like mid-February.
Yeah,
it went on for a while, and I'll never forget watching the chart of GameStop going like this, like $40 price swings on the chart, like every 30 seconds or minute when it updated.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I'm like, I just bought it at one point. I'm like, plug your nose and just dive in, and you don't know what the hell you're going to get it at. I'm going to put limit orders in. Okay, good luck. That'll never happen again. And other things, like we don't have STEMI checks. Interest rates aren't interest rates are not almost nothing, or it's not like unlimited money like it was back then. It's totally different. And the companies weren't prepared for this. Robinhood didn't drop the ball. So, I heard one person say they did. Somebody post on Reddit that they tried to do some option play and it didn't go through. Like, well, that's not Robinhood's fault.
Yeah,
It's probably their provider screwed up somehow.
at
But
least Bed Bath and Beyond wasn't around to join this rally
it was
because
kind of funny though. I did say my play, if I had time to think about it last week, I would have said short AMC buy Robinhood, which would have made some good money actually. Because I would have shorted AMC at $10, sold it at like probably $5, and then Robinhood had this weird, it went down before it ripped during this, which I thought was an interesting
yeah.
Maybe it was just the people shifted their money into it after AMC and GameStop started to go down, maybe. But interesting. It's almost at all-time highs.
Hey, there we go.
It's an interesting company.
It is.
I guess that's where I'll leave it. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's interesting. At least it's on the table of a speculative investment.
I would agree with that.
Shitfi.
Yeah.
How is SoFi doing?
Oh yes, because someone did actually ask.
Look at that! Wow, what an amazing company! Like, look at that! Isn't that just awe-inspiring performance?
It's incredible.
Wow, 2%. Oh, look, lose money. Ooh, there you go.
Remember when people said, profitability?
One little spick here.
Just yeah.
Oh, look, it's still below SPAC price. Oh wow, look at this thing. An amazing company. Oh well. Yikes. So, do you think it'll rip again? Because he stopped posting. So his last post was Friday, 17th. So he stopped. So are we in halftime, or is this the end? What do you think?
Assuming it survives, there'll probably be another event sooner or later.
I think it'll do another rip at some point in the next month.
Yeah. Like I'm not putting money on the line though, so you and others can gauge that for what it is.
I mean, if you're quick on the button and something online like social arb piques your interest and you have time, but people with jobs, it's like you miss it, so be it.
Yeah, I just don't feel like parking myself in front of a computer like for
no. I'm not holding a
just for that.
I'm not holding a shitco company that really doesn't even need to exist, doesn't make money. There's no reason GameStop needs to exist, honestly.
No.
I've been in one, and it's like everything in there. It's like they just thought we got to fill the store with stuff, guys. Like they just walk in and like, okay, what can we put on the walls? Because we can't put video games anymore because people buy them on Steam. They're like, all right, we'll put a few vintage games in there. We'll put some of those stupid plastic dolls in this corner and some merch of Japanese anime in this corner. It's just like this store makes no sense. Why is it even in existence? But just make it a holding company at this point. Just get it over with. Just get out of this running video game store business and just make it like a holding company. Ryan Cohen can do what he wants. I don't know. Call it GameStop still, but it's no good for anything else. AMC, there's movie theaters, but why would you invest in movie theaters? So, oh well.
Yeah.
Another hit. A lot of people lost money. Maybe a few made some money on it, right? But you only hear from the winners usually.
Magically.
Wow. Most winners or the losers just run away.
Yeah.
All right.
At least we're honest enough to say, like we didn't by and large play it. So, or at least I didn't.
Here we go.
Yeah. The big one.
Here we go. It's just like the meme, like it's just like the US economy is just being held up by this thing. But it's a joke, but yet is it really a joke? Is this literally the US? We're going to find out tomorrow, I guess.
From a stock market perspective, maybe. That being said, though, like I saw that funny headline. I'm pretty sure you did too, of Amazon announcing today that they're like eliminating the backlog that they have with Nvidia, saying, "Yeah, we're just going to develop our own." Like, I don't know how true that is or what the details are, but if that is the case and it's meaningful, wonder what that does to the guide.
So we got earnings estimates. So let's see, 13 billion 562 per share, revenue of 24. This is crazy. By the end of this year, they're projecting 30 billion. I saw that. 30 billion a quarter. This company, it's the greatest company in the world. I mean, there's nothing else you can even say about it. Like, look at this. This is nuts. Like, it's just going along as it's just like a gaming company with some peripherals, some kind of
Yep.
interesting tech, and then all of a sudden the world realizes what's there, what he's been working on. It's like, here we go. But it's
just
awe
wonder.
inspiring.
It is.
But Peter Lynch is too ingrained in me, and I don't buy the hot stock, so I avoid. I think this is the hottest game in town, so I'm like looking at what's around it that can benefit mostly. But we have exposure to this obviously in indexes, so I don't feel need to own it
Same.
particularly.
Same.
SCHG, SPY, it's in all that stuff. So
Pick a big boy index or a grown up index, and it's in there.
but I mean, I think he's gonna crush as always. They've missed four straight quarters. They've crushed it, even with the crazy expectations on the stock. It's like quadrupling year on year revenues, just like quadruple every freaking quarter. It's unbelievable.
I
So
wonder
I
what
don't
the
see why it would slow down. There's nothing
Yeah.
to tell you AI is slowing down, and we've talked about this. Like Micron's orders, their memory orders are sold out this year, almost sold out. Actually, Micron might be sold out next year. Their AI memory. There's just nothing. A lot of AMD's worries were based on like not their data center business, but like some of their gaming business was down.
Yeah.
I don't Taiwan Semi, I think they're sold out. Their orders are booked solid for production from AMD and Nvidia. Like there's no lack of demand. People just get scared because they're thinking it's a bubble that will pop, and we keep predicting that for some reason. But there's like nothing in the ordering to tell you that AI is over. Everyone online like that you see is telling you that the order flow is strong. Nobody's having problems. All these companies are still blown out of the park. So I don't understand. I think we're solid on these investments for a while.
The only way I see Nvidia going down, odds are, is just like weak guidance or relatively weak guidance. But
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily banking on that anytime soon. And
But like, I couldn't believe when Micron got back to like $100 because I still have the stock, not the options. But when it got back to here, my friend got a little cold feet. But I'm like, dude, like the orders are sold out. Like, why would you get out of it? Like, it's amazing. I added a little bit, but I mean, it's there. But people like are like so anticipating that it's just going to pop, and then you're going to be holding the bag on all these, but profitable companies, right? This is not like the .com bubble where it was Gary Johnson told us like there was a bank he analyzed the value of the bank increased by $1 billion because of a website. Like that's not this though. There's real orders. There's real cash production in these companies. So it's just not the same.
No. No.
But I think Nvidia is going to knock it out of the park again. Like, man, this is crazy to just see. Like, it's awe-inspiring how fast it accelerated. Everything. The net income is the thing that blows you away. I think to me, it's the net income, not just the revenue, but like the pure, just cash that's just going into Nvidia the last like year. It's unbelievable. So there's nothing to say it's going to slow down. But like I like how people have thought that I've seen people in the different communities talk about things around it, like data center production companies that built the racks for the data centers. Now people are talking about cooling companies. I'm already in carrier, so that's my jam. But it's interesting to hear people thinking that way, right? It's like, okay, the ball, the queen of the ball is Nvidia. Okay, well, who else is in the room that no one's thinking of?
Yeah,
and that's a great way to look at this.
I think
we'll
so.
see. So this was a funny Reddit article, or not funny. I always say funny.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
Peculiar.
Nvidia's self-driving program will crash Tesla. Interesting on Wall Street
Okay.
Bets. So he is predicting that Jensen Huang will announce some sort of self-driving software, enhancement to their AI program already, because they already announced like robotics last what was it, a quarter ago? I think it was Groot. They had the big expo and he had all the robots out on stage. So, and their value is not the robots, it's the software, right? The umbrella of software that would work across all these different platforms. So interesting. Who
I
knows?
think,
We'll see
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah. Like if it were to get any traction, I think licensing deals, like if you're a Ford, GM, Toyota, etc., you'd probably want a company that doesn't primarily deal with their own automobile manufacturing rather than a
Yeah.
Tesla.
I've said I'm like, if you like, Tesla is so underarmed in this race, like for people to think, oh, like it's Elon, and I'm like, well, the free cash flow of Tesla is nothing compared to the big tech players. The capex, he can't compete with them.
Yeah.
And I already showed that. Like I literally worked out the capex of all the stuff that he wanted to do. I mean, he's just outgunned on every front. And I don't know if these companies commit to this, right? We don't know if he's going to announce something like this, but this is totally in the realm of something like Nvidia could do. But again, does he care at this point? Because the data center revenue growth is so strong. Why would you do anything else right now? Unless they knew that was slowing down and then they wanted to have some new. I mean, I don't know. This actually might not be this could be a sign of bearishness with Nvidia if they announce some weird random program like this. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, who knows? We'll see tomorrow if it's an interesting idea. So, this guy is just straight up. Nvidia will kill it because they have the last 4 quarters. So that's it. Good enough for him.
I love that last sentence.
It's funny though, because like this is like it's the bell curve, right? Like this guy's on the left, and then there might be someone that wrote like 10,000 words about why Nvidia will come out with some crazy new product or their growth is awesome, but they both can be right at the same time. So we'll see. And then here's the robotics they have.
Yep.
So anybody can build the robot. That's the thing. The Tesla people are like, the robot, look at it, it can move its fingers. Like that technology is out there. It's about the software running these robots. That's what's going to matter to me. I don't see like the robot itself. It's a robot. Cool. What's the software behind that robot? That's going to make the difference. That's everything. This guy's on our side. Seriously, I work in AI. The hype curve is still rising. I think AI is still definitely strong thesis. I mean, Jesse's Arista network. Holy shit, dude. Man, I should have bought it at 240 Arista. Jesse was so right. So that was what a steal. But he never lost faith, even though it dropped a bit. So and he knew. So that's conviction right there.
Yeah, good on Jesse. Still
Yeah.
cold investing. Yeah.
Damn, crushing these. He's embarrassing all of us.
It's all right. There is an element of circle of competence. Like what are you gonna do? Like because me personally, I feel bad if I like blindly follow someone and then expect to be handheld as far as any sort of exit goes. Like
Yeah, I just
yeah.
like I have my plays. I don't know. I don't know if I really want any more right now. My AI peripheral, like I have like 4 that I'm pretty happy with. I'm not really so concerned. I'm still adding AMD. I don't add a lot. People, oh, why are you buying that? It's like, I buy like $50 AMD a week, maybe. Like it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna acquire it over long periods of time. I think there'll be better tailwinds for AMD, maybe not this year, but I don't think it's that expensive. If you historically look at it. And that's the thing. Nvidia is not even that expensive, even though it's near $1,000 a share. If you look at valuations, like as Nvidia was rising like a rocket from like 200 to 1,000, like its earnings were growing so fast that like the multiples were actually decreasing as the stock kept ripping. I don't think I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before.
Mhm.
So that was impressive. All right, let me pull this one up. I know you didn't get to see anything because
Yeah, no,
I
no,
just threw everything
no prep work.
together. I literally got home at 8 o'clock.
No
So
prep work on my end, but it's okay. We'll get through it. You'll carry the victory.
bacon, you clown. What the hell are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yep.
It's interesting. Well, interesting. So utilities
Yep.
have been ripping this year. You seen this?
I have, and I'm a little worried. Like when people say bubble, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bubble, but this one might not be the play that everyone thinks when it comes to
I don't
AI.
like this, so I don't want to spend a lot
Yeah,
of time with it.
yeah.
I like this is another one of those things. It's like, can you trade utilities? I guess if you have some knowledge of that. Like
Mhm.
I have friends that work in that space. Maybe you know something about rates and how they work with certain utilities in certain parts of the country. So be it. But it's like long term, I've never. It's a very unimpressive part of the economy to invest in.
Yeah.
So like recently, it's because all of a sudden people are like, oh, we're going to build all these data centers, right? And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to need a lot of power. AI needs lots of power. Data centers need lots of power. The projections of how much power these things are going to need is just astronomical. So we can look like here's like the power, data power consumption in the economy.
Yep.
It's just grow, grow, grow. I think I saw 30% or 30 gigawatts. Sorry. You can see the trend is like, oh, it's very small, isn't it?
There we go. Great. Great work.
Tell me this is a shit show. So, I mean, you're seeing exponential growth of power usage. So now people are like, oh, okay, well, data centers first, right? Last year. Now we're like, okay, now what else? Okay, power producers because more power. Rawr. And then someone's like, yeah, not more power and green power. It's so I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I don't find this very compelling because again, these are very debt laden businesses. I mean, you could say too, like increased energy production combined with maybe rates going down soon make utilities
Better, but
interesting. That's why they've
yeah.
kind of run this year.
Yeah.
I still just don't really care for these things. And then they have to increase power production for all these data centers. Okay. They have to take debt or issue shares to build these things. Because they don't have free cash flow to pay for these projects and they're capped on how much they can charge for your electricity. So,
Mhm. Yep.
but it is something to show you like this kind of validates your data center thesis to some degree. Well, it's like you got the large, players investing a lot of money into data centers, the power projections are increasing. So it's all coming together.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Maybe not the ideal. You highlighted it perfectly because how Fabio and Steve Eisman, I want to say one of the Big Short guys. All three of you have said the exact same thing. This is a way to play it, but probably not the right way to play it
it,
for all the
I don't.
reasons.
Yeah, I'm like, this
Yeah.
isn't my way. Like,
No.
I like the cooling systems
Hmm.
because that's like a actual intellectual property, right?
Yep.
It's not just a commodity of electricity. Um, then you got like the people producing the machines to make they're fabricating the chips, and then one of the designers of I don't know. I've got my plays, so this is something that's interesting though about how great uh how strong utilities have performed this year.
Hmm.
They almost are like inverse to technology the last few years, not long term, but like if you look at like the charts from like the last 3 years, it's like tech does well. Like 2022, tech did like crap, utilities did good. And then it flipped in 23, and now we're like it didn't totally flip this year. Now it's kind of like a little bit of a flip because tech is not like terrible like
Yeah.
2022.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
interesting companies out there. You got like Southern Company, I think, has done decently improving their margins. Now they've got a nuclear power plant that they invested in up and running. There's also a lot of people's favorite is it NextEra,
I want to say.
the one
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yep.
They have a renewable business combined with their Florida grid. I mean, 25%. There's a utility in Baltimore, I think, that did 80% this year.
Oh wow.
So yeah. But if someone had been in the know at the beginning of the year and maybe you have some knowledge of this, you could have done well. I think this is one of the few I would have said to actually making individual selections over the whole utility sector would have made sense to me. So a lot of talk for something I don't really care for.
Yeah, don't blame you. Don't blame
Okay,
you. It's
random
just so crazy.
stories. I
Yeah, fire
forgot.
away.
I didn't know where to add these, and I don't have a lot to comment about these, but I figure I don't think I heard a lot of people talk about this. So, Intel basically bought all of ASML's new was it high EUV machines. I'm screwing up
No.
the.
Yeah.
These are like very, very next gen specialized fabrication machines for semis, right?
Hmm.
And I think they said they only can make 5 of these per year. So that's how important these are. And this year, Intel bought like all of them, which is so interesting. So they outbid everybody. So they have these machines. I believe they're going to Oregon. At least one or two of them is going to Oregon.
Mhm.
So maybe this is probably partially why Intel reported a massive $7 billion operating loss, because they had to probably outbid the other players in this industry to get these machines. And then now they have to install them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So again, like the upfront cost of buying these, now they have to get them, in and start producing, which might be for another 2 years. So that's the problem with these companies. It's just like it's so much capex up front, and then you're trying to, okay, when are they actually going to start making something and make some money? And then by the time they make money, how long is that going to last for the next design, chips come out or a better machine? So I don't have much else to say. I guess I don't know if this is
Maybe
bullish for Intel. Maybe.
if we're
I
assuming,
don't like Intel still.
yeah, like if we're assuming that their chip making will get better, then maybe it's bullish, but
I don't.
maybe.
So
It,
you're gonna create next gen chips competing with AMD and Nvidia with the ammo they have, and then you're also going to become a foundry for other people.
yeah, and in
I
which case
just
you're competing against TSMC.
So where's your capex go? Like, how do you decide where you put your capex if you're Intel? That's why it's like I don't think this works. I think they need to split. I think they need to split the company in two. So I don't get it. And maybe I don't know. Maybe if the stock really gets pulverized, but it already did.
Hmm.
So, but I don't know. Maybe there's just pressure not to split the company up because it's so important to the defensive. It is a important company to America
Yeah, yeah.
in our defense industry, like
Hmm.
all our defense like chips and stuff. So there's that pressure. I don't know if they would let them split it in two. Um, so, but interesting, they bought all the expensive machines and they took a big loss. I don't think you, they're kind of the reason maybe why. And then you sent me this, didn't you? I think you sent me this.
Oh yeah. Because I tweeted you. Someone pointing this out that the kingdom is like,
I
yeah,
see
Boeing,
people
enough
send
is enough.
shit. I'll look and go, oh, that's neat. And then I just close my phone and go, I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
even, I like who sent it to me. I'm not sure, but
Mm, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause this one.
so this is starting to be effects of finally someone has decided we're going to move on from Boeing. So,
Yep.
because some of these airlines, it's a tough choice. Like if
Oh yeah.
I think it's Alaska Airline is all Boeings. So it's like, and some of the smaller players, like they have one plane, right? They're a regional airline. They don't have a lot of facilities. So they have one plane and that's all their logistics, all their parts, everything is this one damn plane. So for them to say, okay, yeah, Boeing's a piece of crap, but still, it's like they're really going to overhaul their entire business when Airbus is so backlogged, they can't make, you can't expect them to make you new planes anytime soon, anyways. But this is interesting. So it's not like it's imminent. I know they are. You said
Yeah.
this is like
These.
over years.
Yeah.
They're going to switch to be only Airbus. It's going to take them years to get the damn planes from Airbus.
Hmm.
So, but Airbus, they're like, it's a European company. They don't have to grow. There's no huge
No.
demand from voters and shareholders to grow the business at all costs. Like if it was a US company, they're
Hmm.
like, yeah, we got all this back orders, but we're fulfilling them, and we don't want to grow too big and aggressively because then we could get in trouble if there's ever a big recession. So um, they're smoking their French cigarettes, eating their baguettes, and Airbus is having a great time, I guess. So
Yeah, because they're headquartered legally registered in the Netherlands, but headquartered in France. So yeah, they'd be like, yeah, say la vie, back order.
someone gave me there's a Brazilian airline company to look at. Embraer, is it M?
Oh yeah, because they make their
Embraer.
own jets.
How do you say this? Embraer.
Yeah, if I tried, I'd butcher it more.
So, but they don't make like they're
No,
kind of like Gulfstreams. A lot of their
yeah,
planes.
yep,
So they had
not,
some issues in the past. It seems like they're cleaning them up. But
mhm,
then I look at it, I'm like, yeah, okay.
same.
It's already done its thing. Um, this is kind of out of my area. So, well, anyways, move on from this.
Yep, yeah. Just Boeing, get your stuff together. Come on, Boeing.
I know.
Like, just because we're avoiding your stock doesn't mean we don't want you to actually, like, be a better company.
All right, last thing. Okay, wait. Before I do this, I
Yep.
was gonna show. Hold on. Where is it? Okay. I made a nifty sheet.
Yay.
Figure I'd share it with people. So this is what I do. Um, let me zoom in. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think I've ever actually said all of it, but like instead of just saying, "Oh, this is my," because like, who cares what I own? If I bought something in like 2012, that you
Those
can't buy it in
differences.
2012.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So this is like real something that anyone here could do. Like, so this is like a normal month for me investing.
Hmm.
So my wife and me 8%. I'm not rich like Jesse. Freaking maxed out his four. Dude, he maxed his 401k out already. So
Just
I've never
plowed
maxed
it.
my 401k out. It's kind of
He doesn't have kids though.
I've only had it for like 10 years. So I
Yeah.
haven't had access for like my whole life.
Hmm.
But we do 8%.
Yeah.
8%. I have a 457. She has a 403.
Hmm.
So I call it a modified target date because I basically take a target date Schwab fund. I look at what their allocations are in January and I make some adjustments based on that. I take out the cash and the bond assets, and then I kind of move around like the equity assets in it. So that's why I call it modified target date. So it's basically like it's like a VT light version, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
It's like most of the world,
Hmm.
but not all the world. And then, oh god, can you hear that airplane?
Slight, but it's fine. It's
Okay.
not. Yeah, for me, it's not like anything drastic.
When they go over, it's really loud on my end. So, and then 125 a week into a dividend growth portfolio. If I have no good ideas, I'll just dump it in my ETF DLN, which I've mentioned
Hmm.
before, which is literally just like the 350 biggest dividend paying stocks in the US.
Yeah.
And then I have like 16-ish individual holdings. So pretty boring. So I don't really talk about it. And then $80 a month goes into my kids' 529 for each one of them. Been doing that since they were born, basically, like 1 year old. They didn't have this option till like a year ago. So I was doing like heavy aggressive US growth.
Hmm.
That's why I got like a 40% return on their funds, which was pretty good. But now they actually have better options. So I found they literally have a VT. It's 60% US, 40% international.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be less aggressive. I was intentionally more aggressive with the US with their college money for the first 8 years.
Which makes sense.
And then I
Life
rolled
span,
now
yeah.
the next 8 years. I don't think this is some people would argue this is still very aggressive because there's no bond or cash allocation.
Yep.
I'll probably roll with this until like 2 years, 1 or 2 years before college. And then I'll probably just honestly just convert it all to like cash assets.
Mhm.
And then 6,000, although I know it's more now. What is it, 7,000 now?
I want to
So,
say so. Yeah.
but here's what I literally don't even, I'm like terrible with this. Like I put it in when I feel like it. So I haven't put my Roth money in this year.
I mean, It's just another vehicle and another type. If you got your heavy lifter,
Yeah.
like,
I
and we
mean,
all know,
I had Disney. I had to pay for
yeah,
the whole Disney oh my god.
yeah, like,
Disney vacation was ridiculous. And then we're gonna do some house renovating. I'll put it, I've had years where I put it in like the last damn day you can put the Roth in. It's like whatever. It goes in at some point. And this is where I do factor investing. I have my
yeah,
cyber investments in a few REITs. And then I dump money into a spec account every year.
yeah,
So,
like,
and then I do what I feel like here. This is basically what I spend all this time. And it's just funny because like this is what we spend all the time talking about.
when it's this
And
tiny
it's at the
percentage of,
very bottom. I just like it's the
yeah,
very bottom. This is almost my priority list now, almost
yeah,
in order. And
yeah,
it's like we talk about the bottom one so damn much. A lot of it's just robotically, right? Just
yep,
going in best you can. And this is the best way a lot of you out there should just, something with some research behind it, and you just let it go and you don't look at it. I don't think about it. I don't really give a shit. I get the statements from right. You get the statements quarterly.
mhm.
Some months I literally just shred them. I don't even open it. I just go to the shredder and shred it.
But why
It's like,
should you?
what does it matter?
Yeah,
Once a year, I tweak my allocation to my retirement account. Um,
yeah, because
so
you still got enough years ahead of you where, like, oh no, this one quarter we're down slightly. Who the frick?
like I said, and I said, my allocation, I've already said this, like I did make my allocation tweak was just I went 2% less large cap this year and I put that into mid cap. That was it. My international, I kept it at 30. I don't know if I'll go. That seems fine. The international one. It's a little more aggressive than the target date fund, which
Mhm.
actually is like 26%. The one I look at for my age. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty close. But
that's
I am very bullish international.
mhm.
Um,
Just being a little bit more careful.
I still avoid. I don't give a shit what China does. I still avoid China. I'll
Yeah,
trade China. I'm not
yeah.
investing in China. I don't want to invest in Canada either. But um, I haven't looked at any comments here. Oh my goodness, look at that. All right, let me scroll up. Anybody said good things? Wow, you guys are chatty.
Oh
3%
yeah,
interest can really change the monthly payment a lot. I don't know if you're asking stop getting a house or not, buying a new house. Oh,
yeah,
they're talking about houses.
yeah. They're talking about houses.
Well,
Yeah,
good. That's the
'cause
next one.
yep, yeah,
Okay.
because
Interest
Gil is
rate
of
has
the
been
view where it's like just cash, similar to Dave Ramsey, if I'm reading that correctly. If not, it is what it is.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Do the mortgage. Oh, I don't know what their my house is. The company has
mhm.
make a backdoor option. Finally started working on that. I'm 25K away from hitting the max. Feels good. Hey, wait,
Hey,
I have because like I'm late to the party. I started working for the state at 26, but I didn't really necessarily like I was doing like a little bit 1%, but I wasn't taking it hugely serious. I was mostly my own brokerage account. But now it's like, yeah, now I'm like cranking it 8%. As soon as we pay off one of our cars, I'm going to see if I can afford crank it up to 9, see if I can get us up to 10, 12% in both of our retirement for our allocations. Maybe someday I'll achieve what Jesse is. Jesse casually is just like, oh yeah, I maxed my 401k now and I can do what I want. I'm like, it's freaking May. What the man? I'm freaking a plebe.
yeah. Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Dave is a goofball.
As we all know, it's about compounding in that savings more or less. Like it, not being completely
Mhm.
stupid with the
You have a
allocation.
big family house makes sense not for a single person.
Yeah,
Ooh, we're gonna have is this drama? Is this drama?
it might be. I don't know.
I was like I was gonna play this Graham Stephan, but I'm like, yeah, let's play the Echoes one. Why not?
Why not? Why not? Why not
I've
do
owned
it?
I've owned three. Well, three. I don't know if that's many. I've owned three. My brother has owned four houses, and I'm knowledgeable of at least the details of like 10 other houses between family and friends. So I kind of know
Mm,
the details of how
yeah,
like buying and selling went. Obviously, I only can tell perspective of like New York
yeah,
because I
but
live in New York. People like
yeah,
So with that caveat of an upstate New Yorker, that's owned a few properties, one rental. My brother had an apartment building. My parents have owned many houses ever since I was born. Basically, they've always had houses, and I've talked about it. So, all right, I'm going to
Friday.
probably
So we
fast
gotta
forward
go ahead
through
and
this
talk
a
about
bit.
this new video that recently got
Audio's
released
coming through,
yesterday
though.
by Graham Stephan. And it's funny because this is, he's in this weird thing now where he literally posted. We
Another plane going
were
overhead.
thinking about doing it last year. Then we really thought about it. We were like, okay, I don't think it's a good idea right now. We're looking right now, but there's really no point in us looking because we're not going to buy it. Let's just be real. Okay, we're not going to buy it. And I'm going to get into I'm going to get to you guys. We're going to get into why exactly that is.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
he's
gonna
not going to
pull up
buy a
some
house.
things that kind of put
So
everything into perspective. Okay, so first, let's just go ahead and watch the video.
I've
hear what
seen this
Graham Stephan
before.
has
I
to
did watch
say,
Echo's video.
and then I'll go ahead and give
Oh,
my
okay.
commentary.
So
Right,
we're
so as a
commenting
little
on
bit
the
of the
comment,
background, here's what you
right?
need to
Just
understand
the,
about the housing market, because this is going to
so
explain
is
a
this the chain
lot.
of
So
events?
far, year over year, national housing prices are up 5%, and active listings have barely risen from 616 to 665,000 units, which for context is still just 1/3 of the number of homes that were available.
I'm not going to say what it is, but it's really good, and it's
You know, the first thought I had when I watched this, we tell you to buy stocks, don't look at the price of the market, right? If you're an
Mhm.
indexer, just you I tell you, there's no metrics, you plug your nose, there's no proof anything works with the market, just time in the market's all that matters. Buy
Yeah.
it, right? But then for housing, people are like, so like we say in stocks, you don't think, oh, I'll wait till the market goes down like 5% and then I'll buy. Then I'll buy. We say, don't do that. Just buy DCA. More time in the market's better. But then we flip the chain and we go, oh, but in housing, prices are too high. Let's just wait until everything goes down. It's like, when is this magical event going to come where housing prices crash and you conveniently are the only one ready to jump in and buy a house?
Mhm.
It's just, why is it a different line of thinking than investing in stocks? Because I would tell anyone, my whole thesis would be, as soon as you know you want to buy a house, buy it. Because I would say the same. It's the exact same thing I would tell you about stocks. I was like, if you know you want to be a home buyer, you have a steady income, and you can handle the responsibility, and you're handy.
Okay. There.
I would just buy a house. Don't care about the interest rates. Just get in. The longer you have it, the better. I don't think it's any different from stocks. That's from my experience so far. I've never lost money on a house. My brother's never lost money on a house. My family, no one's ever lost money investing in housing that I've ever seen. So everybody's made money. They go up. And someone's going to tell me there's some market where houses went down 50%. I'm like, well, there's parts of obviously the country where the economy's not doing so well, or the water runs out. That right in Phoenix, there were whole developments where they ran out of water for a little while. So that's different. But this is my opinion. So
it's higher than what he just showed on the screen. But the issue
we're gonna
is
go for it.
you got households, many households in America that don't even make that. And when you consider how ridiculously housing prices have gone up,
This is totally he's right, 100%. Like, I don't know how you buy a house with a single income. And I'll admit, I probably would have never bought a house by myself. That's kind of terrifying because have no money. If you lose your job, there's no money coming in. At least, in a 2-income house, there's something coming in. So I don't know if I would have ever bought a house by myself. So, I mean, no doubt with housing prices have gone up and interest rates, you have to make a lot of money to afford a house in some parts of the country. So consideration.
compared to what people make
I'm fast forward again.
in that
Okay.
category, we think so too. Based on everything that I've seen, it's not that we can't afford a house. Okay, it really isn't, because
And this goes back to this mentality. Everyone thinks, I'll just wait until interest rates go down, or I'll just wait until we have another great recession and real estate goes down 20-30%. It's like, well, you're just wasting time to me. That's years you could have been paying a mortgage, getting the tax benefits of owning a house, with the mortgage. I just think you're wasting time. If you know you want to get in a house, get started on that 15. Hopefully you can do a 15 or 20-year mortgage, I guess, or a 30. But like, I don't know. I don't see what the point of waiting is. And I had a friend, she bought her house she bought her house. What was it? Almost at the peak, like 2022. And everyone around her is like, "You're crazy. Why would you buy a house?" And we go look at her house. Man, you overpaid. Like some people are like, "You overpaid. This is crazy. Why would you do that?" And now we're in 2024. She's got $60,000 of equity that she just got a home equity line for. So it's like, who the hell knows what
Yeah.
the price is? It's the same as the stock market.
Yeah.
Just get
'Cause
in. Real estate is not, there's no more land, right? Like,
yeah, because the first point, like I think the fair counter would be like, oh, the monthly payments on a mortgage. But you're like, you did address that earlier. The second one though, I would give pushback to people of, oh, I'll just wait for a recession. Like what made the '08 stock market recession special was it was '07 real estate wise is when everything hit the fan. And not every US real estate or not every US recession means real estate prices go down on a national level.
yeah, that was a unique
Yeah,
recession because is very targeted on housing.
yeah.
But it's funny because if you look at housing valuations, I used to have a chart. They kind of stop at 10 years now, but
Mhm.
if you track I've tracked my house from like 2000 to present.
Yeah.
Like 2008's a blip. Like if
Mhm.
I asked you to point out where the Great Recession happened, if you didn't know the year, you wouldn't know. The chart is just gradually increasing in value over long periods of time, real estate.
Yeah.
And I've looked at other areas similar. So it's like at the time, it's just like the stock market. At the time you're looking at it, you think it's overpriced and you want a better deal and all that. And I'm just like, long term, in 30 years, did it matter?
Yeah.
The answer I was like, just get into get into real estate. You can't play the real estate game if you're not in it. To me. So, and it gives you it gives you assets. I don't know, I don't know how to explain it to people. Like you're more than just a name on paper when you go to a bank now. You're a person with land and a house, and you have assets behind you. You can negotiate rates, and the home equity lines you can get are crazy. Like I have a 5% locked in rate, right, on a line of credit. So, I mean, can you get that as a personal loan? I mean, maybe SoFi will give it to you, but
No, almost certainly not. Oh, yeah.
like, yeah, no one's just, I just don't understand to some degree. And I don't know. I should
Yeah.
get off my soapbox.
cost and the over
All right, we're gonna
right
go for it.
here. So right here you can see that in the year 2023, the median monthly mortgage payment, and keep in mind this is 2024, so it's gone higher. The median monthly mortgage payment right now in 2024 is like $2,800. Before 2020,
Okay, I get his point here. Here, my one, like, we griping about interest rates. I can tell people, like, when my parents bought their house in Canada in the 80s, then we moved to the States in the early 90s. Interest rates were like what they are right now. Their
Oh
rate,
yeah.
their first mortgage rate was, I think, 8 or 9% when they
Mhm.
came back to the States. Like Desert Storm, I think it was like 92, 93. So they paid an interest rate higher. This is actually not historically that bad.
Yeah.
And I know people are thinking about like the crazy low interest rates we've had in mortgages the last like 5-6 years, but 7% is not like crazy doomsday.
Mhm.
And people have bought houses with 7, 8, 9% mortgage rates. In the 90s during Reagan, it was even, I think it creeped up to 12%.
Yep.
So like, we're not that out of the norms right
Yeah.
now. I think they will come down, but again, it's like, okay, what do you think a lot of people are waiting. So you think, okay, mortgage rates will come down and housing prices will crash and all these houses will flood the market and you'll be able to get in and get a discounted price on a house and lower interest rate. I mean, that's a lot of assumptions is what I would
Mhm.
say. So again, here we are, we're making a lot of judgments based on assumptions of things that could happen in the future. And I would just be like, buy a house right now. If you want to buy one, get it done. If you don't want to own a house, then don't.
Yeah.
But and
Just
there's reasons not to own a house.
yeah.
So I mean, you're fixing to some degree, right? And they'll say, well, I don't want to pay that interest rate's a lot, and then taxes on your house go up a lot. And that's totally true. I mean, my mortgage payment goes up every year on year. It's like $20 more because of taxes. But you don't avoid that by renting. if you go look at like tax increase, there's charts I could show like the increasing taxable rate on properties compared to rental increases, they match normally. So these people like, oh, I don't want to pay that 7%. Like you're paying the 7%. You're paying it through your rent because they'll increase it to recognize that rate. Because that's and it's just the invisible hand of the market's doing it. Nobody's punching the numbers in a computer. It's just the hands of the market are increasing your rent. Consideration is like buying a new house rates.
23 was 3%, 4%, 3%, 4%. Expert, blah blah blah. You can disagree with 3, and you got crazy sky high mortgage rates. Like, no, we're not buying a home. It ain't happening. We're renting. It is what it is. I would.
So I would tell Echoes like your decision. Do what you want. I think your reasons for not buying a house based on saying interest rates are too high and housing prices are too high, and what other stuff. I'm just like I think it's irrelevant to the discussion of getting in the game of equity. You want to own houses, own a house, right? And yeah, it is a consideration because if you have a really high mortgage, you can't afford maybe to put money aside for, like, for instance, my furnace broke. I put $1,800 last year to fix it. It was fine. I have a emergency house account I fund every month. But you have to be ready for that stuff, right? If you own a house.
Yeah.
You can't be a handyman at everything. Don't think you can.
No,
dear God, people are being plumbing, electrician, drywall, installing, roofing carpenters when they buy houses. I'm like, I mean, maybe a few things you can get good at, but you should be very careful. Certain things.
Rather rent.
Yeah, some general things you can do. Like, for example, if someone like smacked me upside the head and said, "We're gonna do some flooring work, like tear out some carpet," I'll piss and moan, but I can do it. Hell, if I can do that, like as long as you're not like majorly disabled, almost anyone can do it. But
it's always like, okay, what's the knowledge? Can I figure the knowledge out? And then, for God's sakes, it drives me nuts when people don't get the right tools. Like, if you're going to do something, get the right tools, like, for God's sakes, or pay someone to do it. But, or, they try and cheap out on the tools and the actual labor. And then now you're just a shit show, like, completely. Like, I framed a basement and then I had a drywaller do the drywall because drywall's an art and nobody should be doing that. Drywall's an art. It's not a science. I would never do that again. Like, framing is math. Like, you just look at how to frame a wall. It's just math, right? 16-inch on center walls. That's not hard, but drywall is not that way. So, and I do electrical work and my brother does plumbing. We kind of like agree to split it because I didn't want to do both. And he has the right tools and I have the tools I need. So there's a limit to what I can do though.
Hey, Dex agrees with you, and Dex has a background in in drywall.
Oh, dude, man, drywall. I tried a wall because I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. They're 8x4 piece of drywall. And then I understood from the book, you stack them right across and you don't have the joints go all the way up and down. But man, it got out of hand real quick. I start cutting these and then I had to start patching with these little tiny pieces of drywall. And then I knew I'm like, I'm out of my league now. What am I doing? And then I had a drywall guy come in and save me. He came in, he's like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. I can help you. But like the mudding, how to mud it even, incredible. Like, you can't even tell the way they feather those joints. It's so impressive. I will never try and do drywall again. But
good to know. So I avoid that debacle when it
There's other things you can do in a house though. Like you can do like the trim. Anybody can do that. Like you get a brand nailer at Home Depot. It's not that expensive, less than $200. You can do all the wood trim in your house. I think that's total user level. That's not fine carpentry. It's really not.
No.
But doing crown moldings and baseboards and stuff, that's doable. Painting, painting's easy. Drywall is cake.
It takes time. Is all.
Whatever you say, it's not for me.
Oh no, I think meant like.
No, he said drywall is a piece of cake.
Well, I mean, like baking a cake, full and fair disclosure. I've never baked a cake, but first time I do it, I'll probably be horrible.
I'll bake 1,000 cakes before I do drywall again. But I could frame the wall, and then you can do what you want in front of it. I can run the electrical too. But
Yeah.
oh, all right. So let's finish the.
And stack up money and wait till the time is right, then get into a situation that is going to make me unhappy financially. Like in my personal life, I try to be very financially responsible. I really try, they're pretty expensive too.
So he's saying like I'm gonna wait, build up a pile of cash, wait for my moment when everything is perfect, right? Housing prices come down, interest rates come down. That's my time. I'm like, you're just that's just years that's months and years that you could have a house. That's building equity. Or I don't know, just and then
I
you don't have to buy points. Yeah, interest rates suck. You can get a mortgage. Don't buy points if you think rates are going to go down. That's one biggest advice. Because people think, oh man, well it's 7%, but I can buy 1 point, so it'll drop it to 6. And it's like, well, that 1 point's going to cost you like $8,000, and then you're like, I'm going to refinance as soon as rates go down. Okay, you just flush that $8,000 down the toilet. So I just tell people, like, if you're going to buy a house, just eat the interest rate if you know you're going to refinance in like the next 5 years, and you can do the math of like when those points will pay off. I think they show you too. They'll say like you buy these points, the payoff is this long in the future. But that was a mistake I did once. I bought a bunch of points and then I refinanced to save like $100 a month. It made no sense. Oh.
Because I don't know Echoes' situation, but like anecdotally, if I remember correctly, he's
That's a job.
yeah, not to dox the guy, but like I want to say greater Chicagoland area, and
Yeah, he is.
oh boy, yeah, like that like even the
But it's a different, yeah.
suburbs,
I mean,
yeah, like
totally.
it's expensive.
I mean, he's probably looking at double what I paid. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, my area, like 500, 700 grand
Mhm.
gets you a house that probably is like $2 million in Chicago. Like, so yeah, it's a different ball game.
It
Totally.
is, but yeah, like I get
But
where
then to
you're
me,
coming
it's
from,
like
no
a
worries.
lot of people, I think younger people get this sense I'm going to buy my dream house.
No,
I've heard that term before a lot. I'm
Yeah,
just like, my first house was a 650 square foot 2-bedroom house. Like you could touch the wall on the other side almost. I'm like, and it's just like, it was very common for my friends and me to be like this. We bought the piece of shit house that we could afford when we were as young as we could.
Yeah.
And we put work into it.
Mhm.
Right. And then you come out the end 5-6 years later, you've got some equity. You got sweat equity in that house. And now you can take that real sweat equity and you can put that into the next house. Maybe that's the house of your rest of your life.
Yep.
My brother, we just did it. His second house, he bought it like 250. I helped him renovate the basement. We did a lot of work on the outdoors, fixed the deck, stuff like that.
Mhm.
He sold it for like 440. So, and he did not put 200 grand in it. So, and now he's in the house he always wanted, right?
Yeah.
But if he had said, I'm going to wait till I can afford my dream house, I mean, it
Mhm.
would have been a lot longer.
Yeah.
But it's quite how bad do you want it? Because
Mm.
renovating houses is hard as hell, man. It's hard if you don't have like support, like a spouse that helps. Because I've been through, I've done a lot of different renovations, like doing a basement renovation, tore my guts out doing that over like 4 months, carrying everything down those stairs. It's tough, but I got a return on it. And I actually I had my house appraised by my real estate agent before I did the basement, and after I did make money on the basement renovation. So, it matters. But the right renovations, then you don't overbuild, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's almost 40. To me, that's absolutely insane. Completely different than my grandparents. When my grandparents bought a home, they were in like their mid early 20s. They were like
I was in my
24,
mid 20s.
25. They were pretty young. Fast forward to now, 36 years old is what you got to be.
No, I think a lot of this. Okay, what's different?
Yeah.
I think number one difference, student loans.
Yes.
You have a kid come out of school at 22. He's got $200,000 of student debt. He's not buying a house. There's no possible way he could buy a house. He'd have 2 mortgages. So like those things have changed. Other than that, inflation is an issue to some degree, but also to some degree, I think it's just preference of people. There's more single people now than there were back then.
Yes.
That's truth. And I think single people are less likely to own houses. I'm not sure, but I think that is accurate. So that probably factors into it too, why people are waiting later in life. If people are getting married later in life, that's something that's true also. Maybe that's pushing home ownership later on in life also. Because like I said, if I was single, I don't think I'd ever would have bought a house. I would have probably just had a condo. Wouldn't needed it.
And the reason why is
Let's
to afford one. Now let me rephrase this. It's to buy a home 5 years later than before in 2019. Has your salary gone up $50,000? What about you? What about you? What about you over there? Like, if you're think about it, the average raise at a job is like 3-4%.
I think he's right. Like raises have salaries have not kept up with the increasing costs of things like homes and cars. Honestly, you know, SUVs that were 30 grand are now 50. Very short order. So it's tough. It's very tough. But I don't think it's untenable.
No, I agree. I agree. Like there's probably a way to do it in a responsible way, because like you said, and I think that's where you're coming from, is more of a starter home perspective. Like
Yeah,
you're not like dream house. Yeah, forget about that right away. But
I mean,
like,
that's a
come on,
tough
who gets
because
your
not
dream house right away?
everybody should renovate a house. I
Yeah.
know people that should never get into that type. And if you don't want to do that, don't do it. Only if you want to go buy tools and learn to get the construct, do it right. I mean, do this stuff right, because there's horror stories. You know, you can go watch HGTV, the renovation nightmare shows, which they used to have one. It was awesome. Like these people would like just first time home buyers would do this huge renovation, and like 50% of the time it just became a complete disaster and they never even finished on the I'm glad they actually show that, because they always show like a lot of the shows are just like it always works out, the renovations, and it's always beautiful. It's like, well, that's not home renovations. It's not how they work. Sometimes it goes really wrong. So but not everyone's cut out to be homeowners. Like I think who was it? Bill Clinton said that they wanted every American to own a house. I'm like, that was wrong.
No, every
I think he
American
said that.
shouldn't. Yeah, like
There's certain people that should never. They do not have the financial capabilities, and they don't have the they don't have the effort in them to do certain things to keep the house up to date. So I don't know. I don't know if this is a controversial subject. It's just like I've always told people, if you want to be a homeowner, do it. Like stop overthinking it. Just get a house, and then maybe you do some renovations, and 7 years later, go get a better house. But I've never lost money, and nobody I know has ever lost money buying a house. So in every area that I've looked at, general trend going up of house values. So people that say New York's a dumpster fire, I don't know what you're talking about. Like if you stick to like the areas where there's actually people, and you don't look at like the areas that are mostly like the forest and bears, like if you go look at like the rural areas in New York that are like, you know, shitholes, of course why would you live there? But
but there's rural areas like many places.
I hate when they do it, because like, why don't you look at the economic activity of the prosperous areas? Like, let's not say, oh, look at that, the Adirondacks are a dumpster fire. It's like, well, there's like 50,000 people up there. Who cares? Oh, of course, Gil hates New York. Wow, shocker. Look at Gil. I hate New York. New York sucks. New York's fine. He's gonna tell me he wants to own like a bunch of machine guns, and we stopped him. But I mean, if you don't own guns, everything's like, it's the only complaint people. Okay, I agree. Like, the gun laws suck here, but if you like everything else outdoors, it's all fine. Like I have a bow. Like I go hiking. I don't know. Like I have a kayak. It's all fun.
I like that people probably also mistakenly equate New York City to like the other extreme. New York is New York City. That's
I
all.
would never, dude. You couldn't pay me to live in New York City. It's not even. No, I'm like, I like the suburbs. I'll visit the cities, but it's too many people.
Places like Albany, Utica, like they don't exist nowadays.
Do you have a gun? No, I don't own guns. I don't really have like I was gonna get into what the hell's it called? Sport clays
Mm.
with my
Oh yeah,
friend.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like a new idea. So it's like you walk like a golf course
Hmm.
with trap shooting.
Yep.
So it's like instead of just being at this like trap where it's just you stand there and
Yeah.
then they shoot
Paul.
the discs. But the sporting one is like you're literally it's like a golf course. You walk around, there's different stations and stuff. So, but he moved away. So good thing I didn't buy the shotgun before he moved.
And
Oh.
in theory, like a good quality shotgun should be relatively
Well,
budget, but
when I when I get to retirement,
yeah.
I'm gonna move south, so then I'll probably have some firearms. A big mean dog. Live on my palatial retirement estate. I'm gonna be strongman's neighbor down there. Woo.
Hey, there's a
What?
great reference. I love that reference.
The only thing I know about New York State is that steamed hams is strictly an Albany expression.
It's a reference to The Simpsons where Principal Skinner hosts Superintendent Chalmers, and he's like, "What are we having for dinner?" And it's like, "Oh, we're having steamed hams, being hamburgers."
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. It's a silly little clip. Like you
I've
could even
never
look up, Simpsons steamed hams. Yeah.
I've done like garbage plates in Western like Rochester. I'm like, man, that it's just a pile of garbage plate is accurate, but it's just like fries, macaroni and cheese, hamburgers, hot dogs, all this thrown on a big plate. And it's like so much mayonnaise. Like I ate it one day. I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. But I'm actually surprised Dan doesn't own a gun. I'm not. Oh, F you. I am.
No,
I
he's not a
swear
Smith and
Christ.
Wesson investor. Did not throw away money at Smith and Wesson.
Oh God. Oh, wait, did someone say that Paul modeled Ulta?
Oh, did he? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did. He did. I forgot what video it was. I think it was like fairly recent though. But yeah, yeah. That
Is it a new video or
I want to say so. Let
oh, it's
me.
8 days ago.
Okay. All right.
No, I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to watch this. This guy kills me.
Yeah. He is brain damage. I don't know if we should inflict that on the poor viewers or ourselves for that matter.
I'm kind of debating. So I bought my first tranche Ulta, but because I wasn't sure which way it would go at 400.
Mhm.
So it's down. I might buy my second tranche now. Because I'm like, is it going to stay around 400 or drop a bit more for now? Because there's really no catalysts for short term.
Yeah.
I don't know. Decide, but I don't love their growth plans as much as Tractor Supply. So
Mm.
it's not as strong a growth plan at all. Let's see. Look at him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Perfect photo of him.
Oh no. No volume, but I think it's better this way. Actually,
Is it no volume?
yeah, it's no volume, but again, I think it's better this way.
Wait, hold on.
Nope.
Do you think Nvidia is going to split their shares or announce it tomorrow?
I don't
Why
know.
would they? I don't know why they would announce that tomorrow. But
Yeah, like if you're in the rarefied air of the share price of where it is, like,
I don't know
I
why
think,
you would. If you're
yeah,
Jensen, why?
yeah,
Why
like
do a? They
if you
could.
want easier for like
It's
traders.
at
and
396
people to
today.
shout,
I have no idea where it's going. It could go to 200. It could go to 800. I have no clue in the short run where it's going. And I would never try to guess. And you should never follow anyone who tries to tell you where anything is going in a short period of time. What I'm trying to teach is this process of buying great
Wait, don't listen to people with short-term thesis, right?
Yes, that is what he
Wait,
said.
okay, I've got to pause this because I don't disagree with that.
To a point, like some catalysts are short term, but
Oh, let's revisit this because you just reminded me. Don't listen to people with short-term catalyst thesis. How did Kevin do? It didn't go very well.
good
Just
old
as a-
Kevin,
Yeah, so this was what, like a week and a half ago, he did this QQQ thing.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I
Gee,
think you had me on.
what has QQQ done recently? Let's
Yeah.
take a wild guess. Oh, Oh wait.
Oh,
What the
QQQY.
hell is this?
Yeah.
QQQY.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah. Oh look. Oh Kevin. Oh.
Yep.
Oh no. What has happened? Let's see. Wait, what was it? Sentiment is worsening. Greed and fear is neutral. Consumer discretionaries are nasty. Like all this, like shit. Like this is shit again.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew this when he did this originally. He's invented this. I swear to God, this is like a new invention by him. The macro day trader. This is what he does. This is macro day trading. I've never heard of this before, Kevin. Because he just throws all this in here. This is all just filler. He might as well just draw lines on a TA chart at this point and just call himself an astrologer.
Yep.
But that's all do you realize that's all he's doing now, basically?
Pretty much, yeah.
He used to be an investor. Now he's just given up pretending he's investing. He's just like flipping stuff now. Unbelievable. So he got wrecked on this. But who cares? He'll get more course income out of it.
Yep.
Should we go back? Okay, let me
Yeah, the Ulta.
I want to hear what he has to say now. Because in the end, I mean, I can't say he's dumb if I bought the same stock because his thesis could be dumb, but who cares? Everyone makes money, right?
Well, yeah, we'll see how he does it. Oh, no volume again, for whatever reason. But
okay. Oh, okay. Pump your stupid stuff. Do you think he will talk about their expansion plans?
probably not. But we got no volume right now.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. It should work now.
Same store sales.
Yeah, we're good.
They're just coming off COVID the year before, so that's why it's higher. The next year, they increased the number of stores by 47 and still had 15.6% same store sales growth. Remember, guys, same store sales does not include the new stores.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Let's clip the Motley Fool because that's how you want to. That's where you want to find investment information. The Motley Fool, not Investopedia. No. Jesus Christ. His editor
ended with 1308. Total square footage 13.77. Average square footage per store 10,500. Now stores remodeled 9. Stores relocated 7. This gives you all in the 10K, which is.
I mean, this shows you like the U.S. growth stories. Like I've said, the U.S. growth is over with this company. It just is. So it's like, okay, what's next? That's what I focused on looking at them. Like, how believable is the next step for this company? Which the market's telling you no one really believes it's going to work, right? At this point, the price is reflecting that there's not faith in it at all, what they're going to do.
Right off our website. I'm sure if you do a percentage breakdown, you can see where there's some growth opportunities. One thing I would want to know about Ulta is what is a mature business for them? Like what is the size? What's the size number of stores that'd be mature for them? 1,400? I don't know. It seems pretty mature for 50 states, but we'll see. Hopefully it seems like they're smart about opening and closing of Ulta, 19.3 billion. Now, guys.
Oh, Paul with an Excel spreadsheet. Woo.
Revenue growth.
That's new. He brought in the Excel spreadsheet in.
Yeah.
4 to 7%. I actually thought it would be lower than that. That's pretty impressive. So let's look at the 8 pillars because we haven't done that in a long time. But look at this. This is an 8-pillar thriller. We haven't done an 8-pillar stock in a long time.
Oh, God. An 8-pillar stock. I'm not feeling good about this now. It's not good, bro. It's going downhill. My thesis.
And just because it's 8 pillars does not mean you should buy the stock. It's about telling the story. And this story tells me, okay, they've got good multiples to show you exactly what I did today. So this is sink or swim.
That's how he does it.
Something I use. I actually have my money in Arrow, but I use this for their platform. This is called selling puts. Okay.
Okay. So he sold puts.
This is selling puts, Paul. Jesus Christ. We're doing this still.
Yes.
Forget that he lost $10 million. Well, no, he did the opposite. He didn't sell puts.
Yeah. He sold calls.
He sold
unsecured.
Calls. Yeah. He sold naked, butt in the air Nvidia calls.
Get margin
the date here of June 7th, 2024, 29 days from today. And you can pick a long.
Wait, why are you doing this? See, this is just like, this is where he failed. If you like the long term, if you're making investment decisions. You like Ulta. You think they have whatever, the share price will increase. Just buy the stock. Like, why are you doing this selling puts crap again? I thought he gave up on this
No, of course
because
not.
they'd stopped talking about this for a while. They used to do this like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, so what you can be wrong with the puts thing. It's like maybe it just, rips and now you missed out, right?
Yeah. Like,
'Cause
congratulations,
you're
you collected
making-
premium.
When you sell puts, you're making assumptions.
Yes.
You're adding the layers of assumption you didn't need to make. You could have just said, I like the company. I think they have a good growth trajectory. I'm going to buy it today. But now he's added this new assumption of, I think the stock is going to go down more. And then I'm going to get premium until I get my price I want. Okay. Maybe it just keeps going up from friggin' 390 or 370.
Yeah.
And this is why he freaking underperforms all the time. It's just like he thinks, oh, I'm collecting premium while I wait. It's like you're just missing, return is all he's doing.
Market has
that
given
day
you an
comes.
opportunity.
If
Like,
Ulta is above 350, above the strike price,
I don't get that. If you like the company, just buy the damn stock. Like,
Yeah.
stop with this silly selling contract shit. I can't stand this. And he always underperforms, and this is part of it. Because he's making these extra layers of decision making that you don't even need to.
no.
I keep my $4 and let's do some math.
I can't stand this.
Price.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Free
he
cash
does,
flow margin, I did
math
the
on it.
same
There we
exact
go.
thing,
Here we
9.5, 10 1/4, 11. Now for the PE, guys, investing is an imprecise art. I don't know what PE you'd assign to it.
Then why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Why? You failed. Like, why do you have modeling you don't understand or have no idea what to throw into it? Why do that? Don't do it. That's what I would say. Then don't do it. Maybe there's maybe you can do a peer review analysis of them versus competitors. Maybe you think that's actually more valuable, but like, if you have no faith behind the model, why are you doing it? I mean,
You're
you can throw
saying
his
like
money
this
away
is
if
the
you want.
company. What's the value of the company without
Okay, let me see. Okay, what do we? It's really blurry.
Yeah. I think they'll zoom it in. They usually do at some point.
Okay. He's expecting free cash flow to increase. I mean, I modeled margins decreasing a bit with their plans to go into Mexico. I know Fabio disagrees with me, but historically, most companies I've ever seen, expansion into Latin America, the margins are worse in Latin America than US. So I always project increasing sales, decreasing margin for a while until they can establish. But he's apparently thinking they'll get more. I mean,
Okay, that's
guess-
interesting.
any sort of margin of safety? If I just want to get the
Like I
market
said, we
to
can
the
both
power
be
of
right
10,
with-
that's 10
I can't
years
call him an
of
idiot.
8% revenue growth. It's $2.1 billion market. And what do you get here?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into it very far though. This is like a very small position for me. So
No.
I see like I see a future where it goes well. I see downside if they fail is not too bad, but they've just, and they could always backtrack from their expansion in Mexico it's honestly not that aggressive. So if it fails, they could then turn into Home Depot and just start returning money to shareholders. So if there's a future, they could pivot from this international growth to just being the most efficient, biggest, baddest, US retailer. If they did what Home Depot did, man, this is a killer investment. Buying shares back, 10, double-digit dividend growth, aggressive buyback of shares. You keep you do very small growth of stores. So
Yeah, because that's also what the car part stores did.
AutoZone.
Yeah,
AutoZone's like,
been on
hey,
a
we
tear.
know what we are.
Yeah.
They knew what they were, and they're just like, buy all the shares back.
Yeah, like from a longer term time frame perspective.
You get out before all the music stops, right?
Yeah.
According to the movie. I made money on Smith and Wesson.
Good
Wait,
old
is that Smith and Wesson, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Never follow you. Let's see. Hymns Kevin.
Yep.
Bro, I missed that. Oh my god. I can't even brag about. I
What?
saw the news. So I found somebody online talking about the potential of them announcing a weight loss drug. like Friday afternoon.
Oh,
I don't think I even had time, honestly, to it was late. It was probably like 3, maybe right before closing. I saw the news.
mhm.
So I'm like looking at it over the weekend and I'm like, it's interesting. Like I could see them doing this. So I'm looking at it and then Monday, boom, it's done. It's like, damn it. So, but I don't know. Even if I had saw that news at like lunchtime, let's say on Friday, I don't know if I would have, um, I only have so limited time at work. So those are the quick ones that you miss sometimes.
Mhm.
But Kevin's the biggest moron. Yep.
Yep.
I feel like this was going in the mind's average person market. That's why it does. That's why he
Well.
does so well.
Oh, look what the cat dragged in and then proceeded to throw up.
Who?
Fabio.
Fabio's here?
Yeah, he's here. He's at the bottom. It's like,
Wow.
boys,
I'm reading.
Did he buy Ulta, please?
I don't know how far Fabio went in Ulta. I have not
I don't know either. But
selling put.
yeah, I think he sold puts. Is what I'm
Oh,
getting so far. But
who sold puts?
Paul.
Yeah, the Paul.
Yeah.
Dan, just by his puts course, bro. I literally did options. I sold McDonald's calls like twice, and I'm like, why am I doing this? It's generating such pathetic premium. I don't want the shares to go away. Because then it was a taxable event. So it's kind of terrifying. And I'm like, and I know Russ, Dapper Dividends,
Mhm.
he was doing call contracts and his shares got called away. I think it was Nexstar Media.
Oh.
And he didn't want it to happen, but the
Yeah.
strike hit and off they went. And it's like, great, this sucks.
Yeah, it was what
And
happened.
if you have a gain, you now have a taxable gain, even though you never intended to. Maybe you weren't prepared for that. So the whole selling contracts, man, I don't know. I do though. When I retire, I'm totally gonna do the wheel on SPY. I don't see the point of doing it until I'm retired. Like, well, I don't need income, but I'd like to take 50 or whatever SPY is at the time, I guess. I don't know. It's gonna take like 50 or 80 grand to get 100 shares and then swing the wheel.
Yeah, because odds are
Do
like
it for fun. If it doesn't work,
yeah.
I'll just stop doing it. That's the
Worst
but it
case
might be
scenario,
something.
you've grinded a little bit of that away. Like, who cares?
It'd be something fun to do in retirement. I could track it for like 6 months and see if does it even matter. I know some people have done it for a few months to show how it works. I'm like, even if it works, it's like still, why would you do it wait till you're retired?
Yeah.
Income. I demand income. Oh, verge of bankruptcy. You know who declared bankruptcy? Antonio Brown.
Oh, really? He did?
Finally.
Okay, about time. That guy.
I had kind of bets about how long it would take with my brother. So
That guy.
took a few years, but I figure so next up it's going to be either he gets arrested for tax evasion or my brother theorized he might get in trouble with the NFL insurance coverage, like fraud or something. Or he runs a Ponzi scheme or something. You know what happened, right? He came to Albany.
Yes.
Antonio Brown. He
arena.
He bought our arena football team.
Yeah.
I went to one of the
reigning
games.
champions, right?
Yeah, we were the reigning champs. All of a sudden, the next year, out of nowhere, none of us knew this was going to happen. The news just like, oh yeah, Antonio Brown's the new owner of the arena football team. The Engine, was it Engine? I can't remember now. So I went to one of the games. I didn't see him though, but yeah, he didn't pay the coaches. The players weren't getting paid. He didn't pay the fee. He didn't pay anybody basically. So then they rescinded. I'm like, it went terribly, like unbelievably bad. To not my surprise.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, like they were the only way I knew of it was sports
Boys.
YouTube channel called Urinating Tree. he did a funny video on that one.
I'm sure Fabio's got his Nvidia trade ready to go. We will not go off air until Fabio says Nvidia up or down.
Oh no! But he's on vacation. He might not.
8 hours later, he goes to bed.
Yeah.
I can't go to bed yet. I don't know. I hope it does well. Coming disaster when the stock plummets, will get exercised. Yeah. Man, a lot of comments. Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, one more story. Should we
Alright.
cover one more?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I had like
One
a
more
few
story
like
then.
I only have 4 spots on the damn thumbnail to put stories. So give me a second. It's well, I had the I didn't pull them up.
Oh,
So this is kind of interesting.
huh? The
I-
EU central bank.
So the EU, it's almost like an arms race at this point. So everyone seemed to be in lockstep agreement, right, to raise prices or interest rates
Mhm.
to fight inflation. So now it's like we're at a point now almost where everyone's raised their rates and everyone's kind of on this teetering point of like who's going to actually be the first ones to start cutting, right?
Mhm.
It's like a bunch of people with the friggin' holsters ready to go on a quick draw. It's almost like who's going to be the first one to move. So June 6th, the EU, I think, has a meeting. I think they're the next ones up on the calendar. And oh yeah, here's the calendar. So this article had it. So right here, this is like predictions of let's see, yeah, economists maybe predict. I think it was. So they're predicting that EU, the Eurozone, does cuts first. So and then Sweden does their own thing apparently. Canada is predicting cuts. So we are not on the calendar until I think it's
September.
September.
Yep.
So this is interesting. Where does this lead us? So
Mhm.
because we had this set right, we were going to battle inflation. Consumer price index is up and inflation. We have this dual mandate.
Yep.
But that's us. That's not the rest of the world.
No. Yeah.
So now what if we get in this place where the Eurozone starts cutting rates? What if they start cutting aggressively? This could be an interesting time to see what happens in the second half of this year. So you're starting to see these countries getting twitchy about lowering rates to kind of spur economic growth. And you can see kind of everyone kind of was in lockstep for a while, but now it's kind of everyone's gotten to as far as they wanted to go, I think, with rates. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe companies like that have the ability, if the Eurozone starts to lower their rates faster than JPOW is willing, maybe there's certain companies that have the ability to move some debt from the US to the Eurozone, right? Save some money on the cost of capital. Maybe like BTI. So anyways. This almost sets up perfectly for, a British tobacco company with debt in multiple currencies across the world that could make this happen. If only someone bought them at $29.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey! I got my position, and I even averaged up some, and I'm still under 30.
That's one of my favorite investments this year. I really like it. And
yeah, I really like it too.
we almost bottom ticked it.
Yep.
Some of us. I think some people have better cost base than me on British Tobacco, but I think it's going to do really well. The setup is very nice for them. I think that type of a company. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, should a 20-year-old buy a cigarette company? I don't know. Do what you want.
Depending on the one. Yeah, depending on the one.
It's your goddamn money. I don't care.
Yeah.
I could have a yield on cost of like 12-13%, and I could get like 5 to 8% appreciation on the stock per year for a few years. I mean, it's freaking juicy.
I just like that they've been doing a buyback and prices acted accordingly. So I hope
he's here.
management-
He's here when you talk about his company.
Yeah, I hope that they just like really crank up that buyback and
So Michael, so what do you think about the do you think this is, if the Eurozone starts lowering rates first, you think that's bearish or bullish on BTI? If he says bearish, I'm banning him. It's only positive news on our company. No dissent will be tolerated. BTI is this juiced up bond on God.
I think it's my second
I
largest.
think there's
position right
some
now.
appreciation of the stock that's
Yeah.
people think it's just keeps going. I think it did bottom.
Yeah.
Where it did. There were
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of the very risky things have already happened, like the write down of the freaking RJ rental assets.
Michael
So
says bullish.
is he? Damn, I'm
Yeah,
so
he said
freaking
bullish.
behind.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
I do not have Nvidia trade yet. It'll go up. AI, although I don't know if announcement means long term.
Yeah. The ban actually got
I'm-
rescinded, Neil.
I try and avoid talking about AI or Amazon because it's just not my thing.
Same.
I feel
And
like a clown talking about or Amazon.
Yeah.
I'd let other people that are better at it.
It's already included in the big boy indexes, so like you're kind of disincentivized on some
The
level.
only thing in I'm a bull is your wife. Whoa,
That's random.
some joke I don't get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that.
Yep. Hey, you got one. Hey.
What?
Yeah. Michael gave you a super thingy thing.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
seeing it. Hold on. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we might have to force Gil's hand. Maybe he has to debate Fabio, or we just ban him from everybody. And his out back in is to debate Fabio, and there's no contrition.
I mean, he's of the mindset that he's got to debate Strongman first, and he's gonna cough up $40. So
I mean, I don't want to debate you, Gil, but you can debate. They both would love to debate you because
I don't care enough about Gil to do one way or the other.
I think Gil forgets. Like Strongman clearly says 5%. Do whatever the hell you want with it.
Yeah.
I would say up to 10%, but right.
Yeah.
So like
then,
my clownery is way under 5%. It's like 2% of my total assets.
and
So
then
I'm still an indexer. Like I'm basically an indexer at this point with some fun on the side. So he thinks he's like got a hypocritical stance on us. I'm like, no, I'm still friggin' Strongman's crushing it in China right now, right? So he has his little 5% play. So he's doing really well with that actually. But
yeah.
and
But
again, it's like I don't sell a course. I don't teach people how to do options. I hate the term option trader sounds like shit anyways.
Yeah.
Like, why would I teach you how to do something? I don't want to teach you. I just want to do it.
Here's how Gil would counter it, because he's like, oh, bacon memes, you miscategorize my argument. If you gamble with 5% and then you lose that, but then you re-up another 5% and then you lose that, eventually you'll go down to 0. And it's like, come on, man. Like, Gil, piss off. So yeah. Anyways, it's whatever. Gil, we all know that he's mentally unstable.
Oh, he's coming after your podcast now.
He can do whatever he wants. Don't care. There's always crazy people out there, and Gil's our resident crazy person, so it's all good. Because because he will say we're character assassinating him, but
let me bring this over here.
We're reacting to what we're seeing.
And he thinks, oh, I'm a clown because I say I trade options.
Yeah.
But I don't want to teach you how to do it.
Yeah. So it's whatever.
Someone could, believe that. I'm pretty good at it. I don't want to teach anybody because the fact that you're asking someone like me how to do options, don't do it. My instinctual answer is you shouldn't do it then. I'm not the person you would ask for this type of thing. Well, here's a guy. I follow this guy. His name's Ben Pearl. So he does options trading, right? He sells contracts and he's a golfer. He's a fun read.
Yeah.
People ask him all the time, do you sell a course or do you teach options? And what do you think he says? Reinforces me. He says, no, I do not teach you how to do this, even though I'm good at it. He literally says exactly what I say. So I don't know why this is such a weird statement by a person to say
he's mentally damaged.
You can be good at something and not want to tell other people how to do it. Like that does exist in this world. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching you how to do it. And I've shown Bacon some of my wins. My Micron win, I showed you guys in the group chat. And then obviously we all know the Perion one. And then I also had a short on Nike, which worked out decently. But I don't sell. Why would I don't want to teach people. I just enjoy doing it occasionally. Or hey, go, meet Kevin, would love to teach you how to trade options and lose money investing on, triple leverage QQQ buying contracts on that. Go lose money with Meet Kevin. He'd love to teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
So
anyways, on
Gil wants to
that,
debate strongman, and then Dan. I'm not debating Gil.
yeah, like that would be a waste of time from my perspective.
I don't
I
care.
don't know about you, Dan.
He has to come up with $40. It is confirmed. Strongman is ready and willing and able. He's waiting. He's just waiting for the $40, and it's game on. I was talking to him this afternoon about it. Okay, perfect. Okay, what are they setting it up after I debate Strongman?
I guess apparently, like he's had all this time to give up $40 to Strongman to debate him. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Fabio and Dan, that stream on SoFi with Mr. Gore. Okay. Oh yeah. So
That was good.
man, I gotta say, like, yeah, that guy's on it. And I think I don't know why, like, they're like, oh, he's an old fart, right? Like, he doesn't know technology. I'm like, man, you guys should listen to that Gary Gordon guy. That was the best thing Tanner ever did, bringing him on and trying to talk some sense into these SoFi people. And Gary was like, man, he was like, I've seen this playbook so many times. Like, and we talked to him a bit before. It's like he has seen this same playbook that SoFi's doing over decades of all these banks that have this, they have this new toy that they can jingle in front of you. Like, we're a bank, but we have this edge. And he's like, no one has an edge. No one ever has an edge in banking. He's like, they sell it to investors. And then he's like, these rapid growing banks like SoFi's promising, he's like, they go bankrupt. They disappear. But they should really, man, anybody that's like a fanatic SoFi person in your life, maybe have them watch that stream. Like, we tried to do the best we can to, we thought about the questions to ask him, made sure we could ask the points we wanted to. So it's funny because like Fabio and me probably researched SoFi more than the people invested in the damn company. I probably know more about their 10K than the investors in it. I'm pretty sure. So, which is freaking sad, but what a piece of shit. I can't believe that's the growth company that these people pick. I can't believe it. I mean, if you want to buy Robinhood, fine. At least there's some, I get it. Like, or Palantir. I mean, fine. So be it. But, rate.
Yes. There was a moment there where Gil says that Brooklyn Stock Shop, and Jay Nagy were the only ones talking sense.
Dude, Brooklyn's. Oh, you gotta be kidding.
I know, right? It's not
Brooklyn Stock Shop went all in SoFi.
Yeah, it's not character.
What more do you need about? What else do you need to know about him? Like,
we're just observing. That's all it is. We just see, and we're just
we are all in the aura of Michael's BTI holdings.
Yeah.
His dividends
beat us
are eternal. He smokes his return. Or damn it, that didn't work. He smoked you with his returns, right?
There we go.
He's packing in that yield. There we go.
Hasn't even cranked up yet.
Yeah, he's still rolling. He's rolling the dough. I don't know what other cigarettes. Oh man, long time ago. Oh man, me and Brooklyn Stop Shop, Jared, are the only financial guys who are trying to save people.
Yep.
You're gonna believe Brooklyn Stock Shop over Fabio and me. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yep.
Good luck.
Yep.
Because he told you to buy SoFi and we told you not to.
Fabio, we still have a super thing to get to. My God.
Oh my God, I didn't even get to it. Oh
yeah.
My God, so many comments.
It should be under the start. There we go.
Bullish PS. Woo! I don't know what to do. What do I dab? I don't do the strongman thing. That's his.
Yeah. All right. So we have a Reddit thing that Fabio and Andrew really want us to look at.
Wait, what?
Discord? It's on GME. Yeah. It's in the group chat.
Hold on.
Just why?
Hold on. Wait a minute. What do they want us to look at?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Reddit link of all things. Thanks, Fabio.
My take on the preliminary announcement by GME today. This is it, guys. This is it. I think because it's unavailable, realize quick statements or whatever statement they mentioned after shares. Now you know it's bad. Don't dilute. Now, why the fuck when you have 1 billion? Keep please. You don't unless you know stocks maker do this run up and shorts need to be. Oh my god. So this is a Moaz thesis.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is it. This is it.
I hate you, Fabio.
Daddy Ryan Cohen will be like, "Hey, shorty, what?" Fabio wrote this, I think. Or how about 2 million? Literally has to print shares, so they don't have to be able to close. Oh my god. Well, we could say, spoiler, this did not end well for this man.
5 days ago.
Oh wait, can I search by new? Okay. Let's see if there's a new comment. What a weird cult you guys are. A cult that's proud to lose money. Oh, I'll celebrate if the shares dilution is acquisition of Citadel. Okay, that's boring. What other? Anything funny? I'm jacked to the tits. Oh, that didn't turn out for. Oh, no, put it back. Too late. The hype is back. I feel so alive. It was short-lived. Sorry, buddy.
Yep.
Hope you had your moment. Makes me think the float is locked. The float is locked. This doesn't mean anything. So shorties must buy from the new share. That's not a thing. This is not a thing. That's cool. Oh my god. This goes. What do you guys? They have poison. Cole was right. Reddit is freaking dead. Oh my goodness. Look at all this. Let's see. Gil, will you box these guys since Echoes is avoiding you? Good point. Listen, I got old man strength. I don't know if you want to box me.
I just view him as
Cardio goes
time.
away, but the strength is there.
Oh, the last thing to go, the punch.
Yeah, strength's the last thing to go. I just got about 40 seconds in me, probably. It's like Tank Abbott if you watch UFC. Got about 1 good minute, and then it's all just fall down. Oh my god. I'm 85%. Oh, I know who this is.
Yeah. Best of luck. It's not for me.
No, I'm not gonna bat. Yeah,
I'm not gonna bash it either. It's just not for me.
I get it. It's better than SoFi. Just saying. So. MBW is better than SoFi. At least I can see like why you would buy it under liquidation, basically.
Yeah.
This is character assassination real time, is it?
Yeah, we just react to what we see. So you can call it that. I can call it
you went
obvious.
evil on him for a second. That was funny. Yeah, I use retirement accounts where I can still have the majority outside of retirement accounts.
Yeah. This is the only rise he gets out of me. Like after that, I'm done.
Bacon memes, nice attempt at character assassination. Let's see. What else? That debate will probably have 200 live viewers. Dude, Gil, Strongman is ready to debate you.
Yeah,
as soon
you've
as
had
you get
all
to
this
40
time.
hours, dude, he's ready. He's training for it. He's like, oh no.
You've had all this time.
Dun, 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 dun. He's running up the hills like a Rocky movie.
Hey, maybe he'll be able to promote his video game that he's been working on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Strongman will let you for free.
Yeah, promote your stuff.
You can
Free
put your video
advertising.
game after you give him $40.
Yeah.
You show play. He can play the demo for you. So that would be fun. Gary saw it when Tanner was still in his dad's. You know what? I think Fabio's gonna have Gary on. Well, we had a lot because we know Gary does banks and mortgage companies.
Yes, that was.
He had a line of questions for mortgages, but I think he had to just go make dinner. Honestly,
no,
so
it's all good.
I think Fabio's gonna have him on. I don't know if I would. I don't really have much to say about them. I want to listen. Like I'd love to listen to the mortgage piece, more for my home investments, not for mortgage. I'm not going to buy MREITs or anything, but it's an important part for like if you have investments in home development, right? Like my cabinet company, and then people want to buy like home builders. I think that part of it would be interesting for him to talk about. And I've looked at some of his Seeking Alpha articles. Like he's got a good hit rate. Because when someone does a buy rating, you can then see the performance of the stock.
Yep.
So he's got a good hit rating on his mortgage picks. It's interesting. So yeah, at some point probably.
Hey, there we go.
But I think he was talking to it.
Yeah, and that's what
And-
Fabio. Yeah, which we
Jesus
just
Christ,
did.
look at I did look.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the thing they sent me?
Yeah, that's the thing that they sent. Yeah.
Cowards, do it now. This is why I have a call. I can't pay attention to all this.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm surprised I got out of bed today. Moaz. You really believe the Moaz? Well, Faraday, I think, was actually a short squeeze.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
yeah. Yeah, Faraday Futures, I think it was.
I barely even looked at this, but I just saw that it went really. I remember seeing it. I'm like, this kind of, because it was a highly shorted stock.
Mhm.
This is why I like when they get down to like this territory, like
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
terrifying
Yeah.
because you have all these considerations of shorting a company this cheap.
Mhm.
And it can get away. That's why when I went after Virgin Galactic, like I got out of that at like I think $3. At that point, I'm like, there's not much meat left on the bone. And then you have weird situations with these stocks when they're this like mega penny stocks can just do stuff like this. But I mean, this could be a short squeeze, like a small one.
Mhm.
Oof, 85%. Look at that. Holy shit.
Yep.
4,000.
Yep.
This is like shitcoin territory.
Yes.
It's like this is like crypto. There you go. Make a Faraday coin now. Turn all the stock into tokens. Tokenize it. Wait, what is their car? Is this that was this the Justin Bieber car? Didn't he have one? Faraday. I think this was the one he drove.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm
Maybe
not
I'm too
not
old.
one of those like.
No, maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm.
No, I
I'm
think it was Fisker. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. I remember this photo. I don't know why it hit me. Yeah, Bieber ran away from. He had a chrome Fisker. Look at this ugly thing. Can you imagine? You'd be like blind people freaking driving around in this thing.
Yeah.
Kind of cool though. I will say. Look at that shiny ass thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing. Wonder how they're doing. Fisker.
Last I heard, not great from a demand perspective.
All right, what do you think the stock's at? Fisker.
Ooh, painful.
Okay.
Just painful.
$3.20. I'm gonna guess.
All right.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Oh, I was so wrong.
You are a generous man, good sir.
Did it go bankrupt already?
I don't know. I thought I may have heard that. Yeah.
You see, I
Reuters
was
says
right.
months ago.
If I had right here, it was
Yep.
$3.20.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oof. It's,
Wow. I mean, like, what are you investing in? Look at this. Made 200 and net income is minus 240 million.
yeah.
What the hell's why would you buy this? But
Is done for. It is probably done for.
this stock, though, we talked about this like a few months ago.
Yep.
It's
It
just
didn't
like
have backers.
I honestly like I thought about kind of shorting it actually when it was because we talked about it, I think at 12. I think it was here when we talked about it in March.
Mhm.
I don't know. I want this company to succeed though, because this is like the anti-Tesla, right? You could buy this. It's a cool vehicle. That's the other thing. I like the CEO. It's a really cool vehicle. I think they're going to have a cheaper model in development. combined with the luxury premium car. Like, I like what they're doing. It's just like, man, they can't make money doing it though. So like, I want this company to do well. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I guess they can sell the. Someone said they saw a Rivian truck supposedly driving for the post office, but I saw the picture and it was just a Rivian with nothing on the side of it. So I was like, the guy. I mean, how do you know it's post office? And that doesn't mean anything, anyways.
Yeah.
At this point, so the guys, oh look, the post office buying them. I'm like, I haven't seen that contract, so I don't know what'll save them. They have to retrofit their factories this year, I guess they said, to make money, and the whole promise of having like that fleet software. They had this fleet software that they were saying would be something impressive, and I haven't seen it. It's kind of a shame. But these companies, though, like, they can't pivot to hybrids like GM, Ford, Toyota. So they have no when the market's against EVs, they have no other recourse. They have to just get it hit with that. Oh, Gil, do you own an index fund? Let's see. Oh, I know what
He's a QQQ man, last I heard.
I knew he was. I was waiting to see if he said something different.
Yep.
Gil,
Nah.
I can't wait for you to debate Dan again. I'm not debating Gil.
Yeah.
It's Strongman and then Fabio.
Yep.
I don't really care to do debates. What a debate, like, on what? I don't know. Andrew would love to debate everybody. I heard Andrew won he was the captain of the debate team in his prep school. I was reading Reddit threads a few months ago, and they're all going Icon Enterprises. Oh, that's not good. That was Hindenburg went after him.
Yeah, he did. They did. I wonder how they've been doing since then.
He was basically saying, Icon was just using this to pump money back into his own pockets, kind of.
Jeez.
He was paying the dividends with cash flow that didn't exist. So,
because I remember this being higher. Like, yeah.
Look at that. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the high yield before Yield Max and Defiance.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny because this was actually before those monstrosities. This was like the high yield weapon of choice. Actually, it was like this, and MREITs would give you like the best return.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it held up for a long time. That's not bad at all. But at some point, these just can't sustain themselves.
No.
So, I mean, for what the yield it was paying, it's not. I don't know. Maybe Hindenburg was right. We don't know. I wouldn't talk bad about Icon, dude. That guy, when Bill Ackman talked about like how maniacal like Icon or the Herbalife thing.
Yep.
That dude, man, I would not mess with Icon. For clowns, say that it's trash. Just remember the videos, the third large holding, and no one was short it. Someone asked me about like a growth investment, something higher risk than VU, because they already had VU.
Mm-hmm.
He said QQQ or VRT, and I was like, well, one other way to think about it is like a growth fund that involves mid caps too.
Yeah,
because otherwise you're very tech and very large cap exposed. So, but it doesn't move the needle that much having mid cap exposure slightly. It's like, but it's just kind of would make sense. SoFi doesn't even have dividends. Yeah. Dan probably got a mean right hook. Actually, it's funny because I'm left-handed.
Southpaw, yeah.
But if I boxed you, I would jab you with I would box you right-handed. So, because my left jab, I think using my left as my non-jabbing hand is kind of a waste. So I don't know. I used to box in college. I don't want to get hit in the head anymore.
Yeah. Not worth it.
Warren Buffett is about to kick the can, unfortunately. Oh, whoa, you put him in the ground already. Jeez.
Yep.
My God, I'm just reading comments at this point. This is entertaining. The show is just completely it's off. Well, usually when I do the timestamps, I just at the end, I'm just like nonsense. I'll just timestamp random nonsense at some point. You will see Bacon meme's horrible attempt at character assassination backfire.
Ooh, I am really,
Oh.
really scared.
It's gonna take us all down.
Yeah. No, just me.
I'm a super hypocrite.
He's
you
taking
know.
it me personal.
Okay. Wait, June, are you still in here? Just say yes if you're still in here. I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
I think there's a delay if she is. It takes a
Yeah,
while.
there is a slight delay, but yeah, she's
Okay.
here. Yep.
You can say whatever you want. Okay, what do you? I know you're in. I watch Finance Junkies like you do. What do you think of Carlos and his Tesla thesis? You say you don't have to like. Just say what I'm curious. Sometimes I don't know. She could respond, but I enjoy that show. I think overall,
Beater stocks Carlos is whack.
dude. So like I get the Vitali guy. Not everyone has to think the same. It's fine, but man, that Carlos guy sometimes when I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, oh, my favorite punch is the right hand. I don't know if maybe she's typing away. Now I'm curious.
Yep.
We don't have to be mean to him. We can just curious.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. Carlos is overhyped on telly, but I do not like FSD. Oh, she's talking about Tesla. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. He is like, I don't know. I guess if you invest in Tesla, you have to why would you invest in it if you don't believe in everything Elon says he's going to do?
Yep.
If you say, "Oh, I believe in half of it," like why? So it makes sense, but the FSD stuff, I don't like. You're crazy to think that's going to happen. Yeah, not like large scale. There's going to be like they're being investigated for FSD right now. Multiple states, the DOJ, National Transportation Board, they all have certain pieces of this, and there's going to be class action lawsuits to some degree. And you think, and they think through all that, FSD is still going to happen in a few years, like broad implementation of FSD across America, where like there's no driver, right? Like you push a button and your car drives away and makes you money. Like I don't know where you people think this is going to happen. Oh, I mean, like for the FSD systems can't stop hitting curbs. If you watch enough of these videos, like people will, oh, my Tesla's driving itself, and eventually it'll hit a curb. I don't know why, but it has a problem making turns, and then they keep like destroying the rims on these things. Like big problems, and it'll just turn into people all of a sudden. You have to be like ready for it. The car will just decide it's going to make a turn while like one guy I read yesterday, like he had to grab it because it was going to run right into like a side of an 18-wheeler. Yeah.
Fabio is saying that we play center and power forward over in the NBA. Good God. I am not 7 foot. I've never claimed to be any other height than 5'10". Like, so it's like, who cares?
Old people pay any amount of money stand there on FSD improve. I think the first implementation of FSD is going to be this is my opinion, I guess, purpose-built FSD taxis, which will look like Volkswagen Beetle or Bug or Volkswagen vans. I think they'll just be these big cube vans. They'll have very specific areas of cities that they drive in, so they'll be able to map detailed mapping. And then I think they'll be able to do like enhanced signs, enhanced painting on the markings on the road. And I think that would work. But it's small scale, very specific areas. this whole idea where it's like you push the button on your Tesla and just randomly go somewhere based on cameras only. I don't see how that works. I just don't. But I mean, but Tesla is not doing what I'm just like the robo-taxi specific vehicles. They're not doing it. And then Waymo's not really doing it either, though. They have like that kit they put on top of the car. So that's different. But Dan is 6'10". No,
Yeah.
I'm 6 feet. But I don't know if I'd want to be 6'10". Like, I wouldn't mind being like maybe 2 inches taller, I guess.
Honestly, I don't give a rip. Like, who cares?
My uncles, like my dad's brothers, are all like freaking. They're like big freaking Canadian Vikings. They're all like 6'3". My dad's the short stack in the which is kind of funny. But then he was the one that went in the military. None of the other ones did. So
Yeah.
He gets my dad gets 4 pensions checks. Well, 1 pension and then 3 Social Security checks, 2 from Canada. It's pretty wild. So Canada has Social Security for working people like in America, and then they also have old person like income, I guess. So if you're elderly and you didn't work, you still could get a payment in Canada. So they have like 2 systems almost. So it's like, damn. Old people FSD would be worse than either one just by itself.
For where it is right now, almost certainly.
Yeah, elderly person. Where's the button? The car's driving to curbs. He doesn't know what's. Well, they drive into curbs anyways, right?
Yeah.
Poor old people.
So, anyways,
Dan edges to videos by himself. Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's Fabio doing things worse than Fuhat would.
Oh my god, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Dan so says you guys are killing. Oh my god.
Anyways, upcoming videos or live streams, Dan. Anything
Yeah, we
in the
got.
works?
I don't know. I might take a. I'm getting murdered by work and kid sports.
That's all good. Breaks are well deserved.
I haven't taken a. I think I've taken putting videos out every week for a while.
Mm-hmm. You have.
I might go off that for a few weeks actually. I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah, I'm on freaking work too. I don't know. I guess I could say all this and then something will come out that's interesting to talk about.
Yeah, that's all good. I got my own live coming up this week, solo. So hopefully
Andrew's
Andrew's
out to dry. What's going on?
I know he's been busy with work, so hopefully we got something this weekend. Fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for having me on, though, as always.
Yep, thank you for coming. 2 hours. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to go for like 40 minutes, honestly, but oh, guy's killing me.
Yeah.
What should we play out? Oh, well, my Lord and Savior Anthony Noto. We got to let him dance us out, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. At a minimum.
I never get tired of this thing. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you later at some point. All right, bye.